Four.
Camera action.
Hey, you guys, thank you so much for hopping on with us in this What is Coaching webinar. I am here with two of the coaches that I work with very closely, who I adore, McKenna and Michelle, and you're going to hear from both of them tonight. But first, I'm going to kick things off. What you're going to hear tonight is kind of our stories and how we started as Beachbody coaches. And then also, you're going to hear the nitty-gritty as to the things you really want to know. What does it take to sign up? How much time does it take? How much does it cost? How do you earn money? All that stuff, all the things we're going to cover for you guys and be really transparent about this business. I know I can speak for McKenna and Michelle that it's been life-changing for each of us in different ways. And any opportunity we get to share it with anyone, we run with it. So thank you again for being here if you're here with us live or watching the recording. I'm just going to kick things off and kind of go into my story a little bit about how I became a Beachbody coach. Again, my name is Kinsey. I've been a coach for 5 years. This January was my coach anniversary. I started really just falling in love with Beachbody's programs and products. I am a twin mom, and when my twins were about 2 years old, I was struggling. I was that mom like trying to shuffle my kids to and from the gym daycare that was gross, and it was expensive, and I had to come out every time I had to change their diaper off the elliptical or whatever I was doing, and I just wasn't getting the results I wanted. I just felt stuck. I still felt like I was in my postpartum body 2 years later, and I wasn't happy about it. And just low on energy in general. So this ad popped up on my friend's Facebook. It was just a post she put up about this Hot for the Holidays fitness challenge she was hosting, where she provided you with workouts and meal plans. And I was like, you know what? What the heck? I'm going to try it. I love a good challenge, and what I'm doing right now isn't working for me. So I just decided to dive in. At the time, Beachbody On Demand didn't exist, if you guys know what that is. It's our streaming service of all the awesome workouts Beachbody has. But back in the day, it was just you just bought a DVD. So I decided to sign up with just the cheapest DVD program they offered. And then also I refused to try Shakeology because I was like, no, too expensive. I'm not a shake person, not going to go there. But I did decide to dive into the group itself. And because I'm competitive and I wanted to just give it my all, because I was paying for this and I wanted to make it worth my money. So I went all in. I lost 12 pounds in 40 days. I felt amazing, you guys. I was in better shape than I was pre-twins. Like, people were really starting to notice how good I felt, people I was working with, and I just felt so much more energy. The other thing I loved was I loved the sense of community that was in that challenge group. I remember being able to lean on those women that were really complete strangers to me, but they gave me that sense of like, you can do it. If I can do it being as busy as I am, you can do it too. And that's really what is so magical about what it is that we get to do with Beachbody and our platform. My coach approached me a few times about coaching, and I shut her down cold, and I was like, absolutely not. I'm too busy. I'm a labor and delivery nurse by trade. I work night shift. I commuted a ton. No way was that happening. Didn't have time for it. So I shut her down a couple times, and then she's like, Kinsey, you keep referring me people. You got great results. You love these groups. Just host your own group and make your own income, because if you're already doing it, you're just giving away all the proceeds you would be making. So I was like, you know what? She's right. If I'm already in love with this community and the products and the programs, why wouldn't I take an opportunity to, and then finally I was drinking Shakeology. So why wouldn't I take an opportunity to at least pay for my Shakeology, get it for free, through what I would earn as a coach? And I thought, like, maybe it would be cool to be able to like go on an extra date night a month with my husband that I didn't have to think about spending extra money. So that was really my goal when I signed up as a new coach. It wasn't to build this really massive business, though 5 years later, here I am with this fantastic business that I just love so much. So like I said, I jump at the opportunity anytime I get to share it with people. So I went all in. I signed up as a coach in I think it was February. And no, excuse me, it was January. I just went over that. And I just went all in. And here I am 5 years later, still loving it. So I'm going to throw it over to Michelle, and she'll kind of give you her story and how she got started.
Yeah, thanks, Kinsey. So I thought at-home workouts were the biggest joke known to man. I was a huge gym rat. I spent hours at the gym, weightlifting with my husband all the time, and I just wasn't getting the results that I really wanted. And while I was working out, I would be scrolling social media during my breaks, and I would see this girl named McKenna just like killing it and getting results. And I'm like, How is she getting results in 30 minutes? And I'm here at the gym for 2 hours with my husband. And so I just ignored her. She messaged me a few times, but I was, like I said, I didn't believe in at-home workouts. So after I tried every diet in the book, I tried every workout in the book, I was like, fine, I'm going to try these, whatever the heck McKenna is doing. And so when she finally messaged me, I said, okay, I'll give it a try. And you guys, I was blown away. I was so sore the first day, and I'd been lifting a lot of weight, and the workout was only 30 minutes, and I like could not get out of bed the next morning. I was so sore. But even more than that, I lost 11 pounds in 7 weeks, which I didn't even know I had 11 pounds to lose, for one. But I struggled with a lot of gastrointestinal issues. And so Shakeology was really my answer. Shakeology does not cure any health disease, but I was able to get off my $1,000 medication. I was in and out of specialist office all the time, and nobody could figure out what was going on. And when I started drinking Shakeology every single day, my stomach and my intestines felt so much better. I felt so much better. So that for me was the reason that I knew I needed to keep going. And then I was figuring out how I was going to fit Shakeology into my budget, and McKenna talked to me about coaching, and I knew that the only way I'd be able to stay on this financially is if I covered the cost of my Shakeology every month. So right when I signed up, I knew that the cost was going to be a burden for my family at that time, so I signed up as a coach, and McKenna told me if I helped 3 people every month, then my Shakeology would be paid for, and I said, all right, I'm in. So ever since then, I haven't really looked back. So I'm going to pass it over to McKenna.
Yay! Yay for bugging Michelle till she joined. Yay! So my name is McKenna, and I am a hairstylist and salon owner. When I actually first heard about Beachbody, it was actually through coaching. Kinsey reached out and invited me, and I very nicely said no thank you, but honestly I was like, absolutely not. Like, I had done another MLM company, and I actually told my husband, he was at the time my boyfriend, but I was like, I will, like, never again. And so I was like, no, thank you. But then I sat back and I watched, and I, like Michelle, had tried things. I'd been going to the gym. We had like a friend there that like made these work, and I like would get to the machine and I was like, I don't even freaking know how to use this. I'd have to look at the diagram. It was just so embarrassing, and I just wasn't getting results. And so I saw Kinsey post about these containers and that they tell you what to eat and when to eat, and that's what I needed because I had zero knowledge of nutrition. Like, I joke, but like I had fast food literally every day. Like I just didn't know any different. And I thought eating healthy was eating chicken and rice and veggies every day of my life. And I was like, I can't do this. And so when I was told like, oh, no, you could eat real food and we'll tell you how much, I was like, okay, but only as customer. So I joined as a customer, and I bought a challenge pack, and I ended up wanting to continue with it. But I like a deal. So Kinsey reached out about the discount coach option. And I was like, okay, for a discount, I'll do it, but I'm not going to coach. And so I felt like before I knew it, I was like posting like, oh, drank my shake, got my workout in. And I think before I really realized it, I was already coaching, but I tried to deny the fact that I wasn't a coach. And it wasn't until, you know, my now husband was like, he saw me post something and he was like, are you coaching? And I was like, yeah, I think I am. And so I just like dove in, but I just love these programs so much that I knew I had to share it with people, because I felt like for the first time in my life, I actually understood simple nutrition and that I could work out with my schedule, and it was flexible, and I could make it what I wanted and do it from anywhere. So for me, with my salon schedule, I could fit it into my day, which was huge. So that was my start to coaching. And Kinsey's going to just go over a few objections and talk about some of the things we hear about coaching that people are kind of nervous about.
Yes. Awesome. So I'm going to talk about all the elephants in the room, which are all the things I know everyone's thinking when they're listening to information about coaching or joining something like a direct marketing or network marketing company. So the first thing I hear from everybody, I don't have enough time. And guys, let me tell you, like, I was that person. I mentioned it earlier that I had twins. I worked night shift. I commuted forever. I was also finishing my bachelor's degree online. That's when I signed up to be a coach. When I signed up to open a health and fitness business, I had all of those things going on in my life. but my coach shared with me that it really only came down to working an hour or so a day. Oops, someone unmuted.
Honey,
I think I got it. Okay, so it really came down to just working that hour a day. And so for me, I looked at my day and I was like, where could I fit this in? And I could fit it in during nap time, when normally I was watching Real Housewives. I could do some work on my computer and just see if I could make this thing work. And I did. So I was willing to make a few sacrifices that in the end paid off with me having more time, because I was willing to sacrifice in the beginning. And again, not a ton of time, but we teach you, and McKenna's going to go over this later, and Michelle as well, like the tools it takes and what we provide when you join as a coach and how you learn these things. The other thing, you guys, I hear all the time, I'm not a salesperson. So first of all, neither am I. I always say I could talk somebody out of buying something before I could talk them into buying something. For us, we're in the people helping business. We have a complete solution to solve people's problems. We have fitness, we have nutrition, and we have accountability through coaching and the community that we provide you. That is magic. That's the trifecta. That is the difference between what Beachbody offers and what you don't get going to a gym. So those things, I don't want to say sell themselves, but they give us something of quality to offer people, like something that can literally change your life, help, something that could change anyone's life. So when you say you're not a salesperson, I get that. We don't want to be bombarding our friends and family, but when it comes down to it, I almost feel selfish for holding this back from people, because what it's done to my life and McKenna's life and Michelle's life and all the other coaches that are a part of our team. So no, you don't have to be a salesperson. The other one is, I don't know enough people. Like, we all know a ton of people, you guys. And I know, again, like I said, we don't want to sell to our friends and family, but we also help you identify who you can help as part of our training. So don't think that's a big deal whatsoever. And another one is, I'm an introvert, or I'm an extroverted introvert. Like, people don't know, but I'm really actually shy on the inside. So these things, again, we help you through. These are not reasons. There's so many introverted people on our team. There's so many extroverted people on our team. We come from all walks of life, you guys, and all of us are successful in our own ways. And that's the beauty of what we do. You get to personalize it to you, because at the end of the day, anybody can go on Amazon and rip off a Beachbody program and buy it from there and buy a DVD, but they can't buy you as their coach. And that's really what you're selling, but we're not really selling. And the last thing is, I don't know a lot about social media. That's another objection we hear a lot. And when I first became a coach, it wasn't as much all about social media as it is now. I guess social media has changed a lot since then, but again, we give you those tools to help navigate social media if you're a newbie. So you really can find comfort in that we really have all the tools for you. And Michelle's going to go into that a bit more. But what it comes down to, you guys, what we do as coaches is so, so simple. But if you really want to make this business successful, whatever that success looks like for you, then you have to be willing to put in the work. I'm not going to sit here and say it's a get-rich-quick thing and you're going to make $5,000 a month in 2 days, because that's not what we do, and that's not what we're about. We're about building sustainable businesses, but also building them the right way and putting in the work. So I always tell people, if you're willing to work with me, link arms with me, I'm willing to work with you, and we'll make your dreams happen together. So that's our job as coaches, to help you achieve your goals. Health, fitness, business, all of it. So I'm going to pass it over to Michelle, and she's going to go into more nitty-gritty about trainings and how you get started.
Awesome. Thanks, Kinsey. So I know it can seem super scary and overwhelming if you're sitting here, how to get started. And I just want to reassure you that we all had a day one. We all started in the same boat. We all had no idea what we were doing, and we learned along the way. So don't feel like you don't have any experience with social media, or you don't know how to reach out to people, or you don't even know how to communicate what you're doing. We help you do all of that. So just rest assured that we win and lose together as a team. So the best part about being a part of our team is a lot of the grunt work has already been done for you. So literally, we have a new coach training on our team page that you go through, and it's step by step exactly what you need to do to get started. Because I know you sign somebody up and you're like, oh my gosh, what do I do next? Somebody's interested, and you just have like this panic attack. But that's why we're a team. We literally have a checklist of things that you go through so you know how to get people started off right. which is key. So in our unit section on our team page, it says new coaches start here, and it goes step by step exactly what you need to do. It goes over things like how to navigate the coach office, which is like your business center, where Beachbody does all the work for you, all of the tracking, which is so great. You don't have to do a ton of tracking, which is super helpful. It shows you how to set up your business center, how to get paid, how all of that works. It shows you how to run your first challenge group or online boot camp. And it also talks something about Success Club, which we'll cover probably a little bit later. But if you how you're growing your team and how to make income, a great way is hitting Success Club every month. But again, if you want to walk, we will walk with you. If you want to run, we will run with you. So it's however this fits in your lifestyle is really key. We're never going to force our dreams on you. It has to be your dreams, and we're walking alongside you or running alongside you to hit your goals, whatever those may be. Another thing is that a lot of times you're going to be in it and you're like, I don't know the answer to this question. Some chick just asked me like, how much does this cost? Or they have an injury. What kind of program should they do? And just remember, you don't have to have all of the answers. So the best thing is if you post on our team page, you will probably have an answer within an hour. I am constantly posting on the team page, asking questions. So don't feel like you have to know everything. And our team is growing, which is so nice. So we have people from all walks of life, people who work full-time, people who work part-time, people who are stay-at-home moms or who work night shift. So there's not one type that you have to be. And so don't feel like just because you're not a stay-at-home mom doesn't mean that you can't do this. I work full-time as a teacher, and then I also teach at a local university. I have my hand in church. I'm like running Bible studies out of my house. Like I do so much. I literally, it fell into my lap at one of the busiest times in my life. So I know if I can make it work, you can make it work too, because like Kinsey talked about, you just find it and work the business in the cracks of your day. And one of the best parts about being a part of our team is the community. And you guys, I've seen a lot of Beachbody teams, but the community that our group describes is like nothing I've ever seen before. If you live locally, you can make local teams and just like meet up with people. Sometimes you meet up for lunches or for dinners, but also for people who meet far away, you can have like a virtual community as well. It was just awesome. Some girls on our team who live on the East Coast, they just got together for the first time last week. And so it's so nice that you can build a community that way, and so many ways that you can stay connected. We also have yearly events that you get invited to. And so one of our big coaching events is called Summit, and where all of us come together and just really dream and brainstorm together. And that happens yearly that you can go to as a new coach, and you get a discount since you're a new coach too. So that's a perk. Also, if you're helping people, you can get invited to what we call the Success Club trip. So if you're helping people every month get started on their health and fitness journey, you can actually get an invite and to some nice beachy resorty place. And it changes from year to year, and one's actually coming up here very soon. So there's also so amazing that you get rewarded, but also like your team is going to be at these events. So what a fun way to like continue to build that bond and that community with your team. And the last thing is, if you do the work, you will be successful. It all just comes down to if you are willing to do the work. And so remember, you don't have to have everything figured out. You don't have to have your dream body. You know, everybody had a day one. Everybody had to start somewhere. And I really feel like sharing your journey is so important, because if you're just sharing your end result, it seems unattainable for someone who hasn't yet started their journey. So sharing those moments when you have hard days, when you have good days, that's how people relate to you. And that's how people want to join you, because they realize that you are a real person. So that's kind of a little bit about team culture and coach resources. I'm going to pass it over to McKenna, and she's going to talk about all things signing up and wrapping up and next steps.
Yay. I just wanted to touch on what Michelle said about the coach office and Beachbody handling everything. One thing I love about Beachbody is you don't have to have stock. Like, I don't have a closet full of a million bags of Shakeology and all these products. Beachbody handles that. The ordering's through them. We help send them a link, but they fill the link through the website. Beachbody handles the shipping. If there's any returns or swaps, like Beachbody does all that. So you don't have to have stock. You don't have to have parties. Like, you can literally do this business from your phone. or from your laptop or from wherever. I mean, if you want to host parties and workout groups, great, but it's not required. So I just want to add that because for me, that was huge. I'm like, I see people all day for my job with hair and people are in and out. I'm like, I don't really want to see more people when I get home. Like, I like working behind my phone. It's like a nice balance. So real talk. So I just wanted to add that really quick. But so I'm going to get into a little more about starting and next steps. So there are 3 types of coaching in this business, and I want to break down what those options are so you can start brainstorming, like, where do you fall into this if you're interested. The first option is a discount coach. So the really great thing about being a coach is you get 25% off of your products. So your shakes, your performance line, anything, 25% off. So some people just want to be a coach to get a deal, which is what I started as, remember? So you can get it as a deal and save 25%. Great. The second option is a hobby coach. And what I kind of consider hobby coaches, like, you're loving the products, you're doing the programs, you might have friends and family that are like, hey, what are you doing? So you might sell them a challenge pack here and there and just share with the close people around you. And the third one is a business coach. So you're in it for the long haul. You're going to want to hit, your goals and just really make this a business and earn an income with it. So those are kind of the 3 options. So a lot of people are like, okay, how do I get started? So if you bought a challenge pack, which a lot of people usually have, the really cool thing is you pay $39.95, which is the sign-up fee, but you actually fill out a refund form and you send it to Beachbody digitally, and within a couple days they refund you that money as a thank you for buying the challenge pack. Now, if you haven't bought a challenge pack but you've bought maybe product or on demand, then you're going to pay that $39.95 sign-up fee. And then also, if you are military has a really cool perk as a thank you for military and military spouse, as well as military widows, and that is your sign-up fee is waived. So even if you didn't get a challenge pack, you don't have to pay that $39.95 sign-up fee. And then also there's a monthly coach fee, and it's $15.95. That's it. And that fee goes towards what we talked about, them handling customer service, them handling orders, your website, all of that. That's what that fee goes towards. If you fall in that military category, then that fee every month is waived again as a thank you for your service, which is what I always recommend. If you're military, you should be signing up as a coach, even just for the discount, because you get 25% off and there's no monthly fee. So take advantage of that for sure. So I want to talk about kind of like signing up. If you think this is for you and you're interested in joining our tribe, what's next is just reaching out to whoever sent you this video or whoever invited you to this call. Reach out to them and just talk about maybe where you fall in those 3 categories and what your goals are. And your coach will send you the link and help you get that refund form or whatever you need to get started. And then we add you to the team page and all those resources, and we help you, whatever your goals are in this business, we help you create an action plan to get there. But I wanted to share another benefit or 2 of coaching that I think is so important, because my love language is presence. So for me, one thing I love is that Beachbody is so amazing about rewarding our coaches for working hard. So we have different rewards when you help hit your monthly goal. And your monthly goal that we all strive for is to help 3 new people every single month, which is so easy to do. Friends, family, every month, help 3 people get in a challenge group and get started in a bundle just like you got. And so when you reach those goals, Beachbody rewards you with different gifts and trips and prizes. And they also have this really cool new program. It's called Success Starter. So if you help 3 people for 3 months, in your first 6 months, you get this honor. You get different perks of, sometimes you get to register for stuff different, or register sooner. You get a free ticket for our summit, which is what Michelle talked about, our training. And the new thing they have that is so freaking cool, I'm totally jealous they didn't offer this when I was a coach, because I would have made it happen. You get to be in the test group for our new program. So before they even launch to any coaches, so like none of us would qualify, but if you're a new coach and you fall in Success Starter, you get to try the programs first and like work along closely with that small group of people. And what amazing like street cred to be talking about a program that like no one else can do. So that is amazing too. But I just wanted to mention like what a cool benefit to be able to try these programs before anyone else. So if you think coaching's for you and you fall into, like I said, one of those categories, you want to coach, you want to have a discount, you want to just help friends, wherever you fall in, like I said, reach out to your coach and they'll help you get started and help carry you along and just really rock this business. So thanks for being on, and I hope you guys have a great night.